What is the worst response to "I'm pregnant"? My partner's response was, "Give me a minute, I might be having a heart attack." That certainly wasn't what I was going for. He was fine, BTW. OMG, what are you gonna do? Well, John and I have been married for over a year now, so we're probably gonna keep it dot and quat. A few years ago, one of my group of friends became pregnant after a casual hookup. They didn't really hang out on a regular basis, so she kept attempting to phone or text him to let him know, but he wouldn't answer. He replied to her text message with, "This is his mother, he died last week, don't text this number anymore, it's too hard." After she finally texted, "Hey, we really need to talk, I'm pregnant." However, she later ran into him at the mall a week later. "The number you are trying to reach is out of the service area. Please try again later." But you say this in person to them. "I have no testicles, is it mine?" How'd that happen? Did you go to a zoo for that? So it isn't your husband's ? And quat. Are you serious? Yes, me when the wife is pregnant less than a year after the first one. If she's joking, the worst possible answer would be, "I knew it. Notice that you put on weight weeks ago and apos." Depending on what is your relationship to the girl, asking who's the father may be the worst response. Whose baby is that? Who's that man that did that to you? Gators bitches better be using Jimmy's. Well, I hope you don't start getting fat. You know that's a myth, you have to gain any weight. Oh, is this your last, and was it planned when people think you have enough kids already? With my second, my hubby said okay and quat, then had to get off the phone because he was busy at work. At last, as was prophesized, this has created the one who will end all things dot and quat. The worst response is just a long of a pause before actually responding. Nice. That means you're somewhat attractive enough to get fucked. I would be very surprised if it's not born severely handicapped. Ooh, can I touch your belly? I have a kink for pregnant women and quat. But miss, I'm only in 5th grade, so I'm too young to be a dad. You're going to have to take care of that thing forever. When Maury Povich tell you that you are the father. What is the greatest lesson you have learned during COVID? That I can learn to live without the social requirements that I had built up over a lifetime of working. I kind of feared retirement as a break of my routine and social input. It took me a while, but I was able to process and feel I have a more healthy life now. I've also learned to eat better, exercise more, and balance life and work better. People are fucking idiots. Conspiracy-loving moronic idiots. That scientist over there who earns less than 50K a year, who actively nerf their income potential to help further mankind. Yeah, they're lying to us for profit. That multi-billionaire orangutan who made his fortune lying and stealing from the less fortunate. Yeah, he's telling the truth and got our backs. It's goddamn lunacy. In our country, in the first draft of the vaccination mandate, there was the possibility to jail unvaccinated people, and nobody found that kinda wrong. The people cheered and were happy that those people get finally what they deserve. To be fair, it wasn't included in the final draft, but that showed me that groupthink was not only a part of the right wing, and it's equally eerie when people are thinking they are doing the right thing for the greater good and quat. I used to think zombie movies were silly, absurd. A zombie outbreak wouldn't spread that fast, surely. Now I know with certainty that a very loud portion of the population would insist that wearing motorcycle leathers is an infringement of their rights, and that their immune system is tough enough to handle some zombie bites. People with respiratory infections, colds, flu, whatever, should wear surgical masks when they are out in public. It used to be that someone in the office would get sick, and we would just take it for granted that it would tear through the whole place and we would all get it. So unnecessary. After having a breakdown in front of my boss about how much everything was really getting to me, I learned that I can't go through life pushing all my negative emotions down in order to get through the day dot and quat. Those things have to be acknowledged and dealt with properly, or they will burst. People are only in it for themselves, and when they are forced to be in seclusion, they will inevitably show their true colors. My partner at the time decided COVID was a great time to explore sleeping with our roommate. Before COVID, I used to berate scriptwriters for writing the most ridiculous plots where people as a society do the most stupid things. There is no fucking way people would be that stupid. Lesson from COVID, people are that stupid. The supply chain is more fragile than previously realized. Any interruption and it creates all manner of problems with the economy and availability of goods and services. People are selfish as fuck, thinking of all those that refuse to wear masks or social distance, treated the frontline staff like garbage, etc. People will do almost anything if their government tells them that it's for their own protection and for the good of the country. That when I was saying that all I need is some time to myself to get things together, what I meant was time to myself without a huge amount of psychological stress. Not something I learned, but a fact that was reaffirmed. My dog is the most important being in my life. That despite absolutely everything, there are still people who look out for each other at their own hardest of times. People are trash and everyone looks out for only themselves, and conspiracies will be made up about anything. People are more scared of COVID and climate change than for an all-devastating nuclear war. People would prefer to believe an unverifiable crackpot online than a certified expert. No one really cares about the little people that kept the country running during the pandemic. The amount of people suffering from anger issues is much bigger than I ever realized. The lockdown/quarantine showed me that life wasn't making me sad, society was. What's your light in the dark? Probably the knowledge that the light in the dark itself, the light at the end of the tunnel, is but another train headed towards me. I like how half of the people thought of this like, what do you use to see in the dark, and the other ones like, what is the thing that leads you out of your problems and is by your side and quat. A pile of dead babies on fire. Yes, the babies were dead before I set them on fire and didn't die due to my intervention. And to be fair, it was really, really dark. My family. Most of my friends have moved out of town, but my family is still here. I'd be so lonely without them. In NICE BGDHRD does not matter if we are at our highest of highs or our lowest of lows. This too shall pass. You seem to think I have a reason to live. I would off myself, but I don't want to do that to my dad. I will die one day. That's the only thing keeping me going. Looking at the good things that will come. Porn and music. Nah, maybe just porn or just music. I take a look at my enormous penis. Being able to flip off people. The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Songs by Hans Zimmer. Lol. Juice WRLD. It hits hard. Steak. I f king love steak. / contagious slaughter. Smelling my own farts. My breath. Meditation. The love of my life. Genshin Impact. What is the best replacement for a pillow? Well, I usually share my pillow with her, until she is ready to sleep and sends me back to my side of the bed. An anti-material rifle, because nothing's more comfortable than knowing any robber coming in is going to get their shit rocked on the way out. Listen to me, a good pillow is white, kinda soft, smells like good ass, and you can lay in it. What's similar? Cheese is white, kinda soft, smells like good ass, and you can lay in it. It's unbelievable to me how many people don't use big blocks of cheese as pillow. They're even better than pillow, you can snack in the middle of the night. Win-win. When I'm camping and forgot pillow, I shove dirt waging in a jumper and call it a pillow. Wiley's Solomons, Fryhull and Snyder Organic Chemistry for G, Main and Advanced, 3rd edition, 2022. Turns out a human-sized teddy bear can cure my aching back and neck 10/10. 34 JJ breasts, ones that are breastfeeding twins. Rolled up blanket, towel, stuffed animal, cushion. The hardwood floor, it's good for your back. Everybody needs a bosom for a pillow. A fat cat, if her head isn't too heavy. Lamau. Change your entire bed for a good hammock. My fiancé's tremendously big ass. Sleeping on the chest of your lover. A mirror. Been there, done that. A really big stuffed toy. Validation from parents. A chubby girlfriend. Girlfriend thighs. A folded blanket. What will you never stop doing no matter how old you get? Playing video games. Helped me get through my abusive childhood. They are a comfort blanket for me. Play Genshin and I will be dying on my deathbed, but I'll still be playing it. Even as I age, I'll never stop cracking jokes so bad they get a chuckle. When I'm 99, I'll still be wondering what I want to be when I grow up. I will never stop learning or be willing to be corrected. Reading comics, loved it as a kid and love it just as much in my 40s. Making childish jokes with my friends, playing games. I'll never stop being me and doing whatever I want. Sleeping in a bed full of large stuffed animals. Eating fried and unhealthy food. Some 57 years/0. Video games, particularly The Sims. Watching the sky as a helicopter flies by. Video games and colorful cartoons. Farting just to startle my dog. Disagreeing with people on Reddit. Riding on shopping trolleys. That's what she said in quad. Being a boob enthusiast. Striving for success. Playing racing games. What do you think the average person needs more of in day-to-day life? Free time to relax, socialize, pursue hobbies, actually live life. Working 8 hours a day 5 days a week is stupid, even if the actual work only amounts to about 6 hours, as is sometimes the case, but the person is still required to stay at the workplace until 8 hours have elapsed. Moments of just relaxing, letting the mind wander. Many of us are busy with the mind always working, planning. There's a Dutch or Swedish thing about this. I forgot what it's called, but read about it somewhere. Travel. I traveled today and I saw everything that was taken from me. I saw the past, the present, the future, what could have been, what is, and it didn't faze me. It just was, and I'm glad I traveled there today. Time to themselves without being marketed to, or having to deal with problems. Just time to be them. Other people smiling at them, not in the creepy way but a genuine smile. It always makes me feel good. And love. Money. If the average person has money, then they will spend, putting back into the economy, making the country richer via taxes, which is something politicians don't seem to grasp. As the great Lisa Simpson once said, an absence of mood swings and some damn stability in your life. And quad. Being flexible. Not like contorting your body in different ways but going with the flow. Gratitude. Number 1. Attempts at understanding our fellow humans. Number 3. Access to education. Number 4. Rest or time to zone out. It feels so good to just take a break and not worry about anything. Self-acceptance. People live their lives fighting a feeling of not being good enough. More wild grizzly bears dropping on us, so we can always be living at the moment. Actual socialization. Get off the internet and go spend time with actual people. True, helpful, supportive friendship/family. Even the ride or die bonds. Relaxation. Good food, heavy doses of anal, clean water and a nice candle. More teeth brushing. Work in dental hygiene and you're some nasty hose. Calmness. Slow down and look at nature for a little while. Maybe sunlight and exercise, speaking for myself as well. Genuine human interaction that doesn't involve screens. More free time. Feels like I'm only existing to work.